I'm Sarah, and I'm a phone hoarder. Today's video is sponsored by Trademore. Hi friends! Today we're going to talk about the best place to earn money for anything you want to sell. Whether you've decided an item doesn't spark joy anymore, it no longer fits your body or your life, if you're downsizing, or if you've upgraded. Once you've decided to let go of something, it can either be donated or sold. So you want to get some of your money back or raise money to fund your current money goals. But the options are endless for selling platforms. Where are the best places to get your money's worth for your old items and for your time? Because the platform that works best for selling clothes isn't the best place for electronics. And if you need to sell a piano, you probably aren't going to use the same platform for collectibles. Consider this the ultimate guide to selling your stuff. By the way, I'm Sarah, also known as Budget Girl here on the internet. I make videos every single week on how to manage your money on any income, pay off debt, and build the life of your dreams on less. If you'd like to learn how to build wealth and spend more time doing the things that you love, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. It's totally free and you'll learn all the frugal tricks and hacks. So I recently did a month-long sell stuff challenge to get some things out of my home and save some cash for my big money goal, which is a duplex down payment. I'll link a video on that down below. I was able to make over $300 from stuff I had laying around the house that was taking up both mental and physical space. And honestly, it was a huge relief. Since we're getting close to the holidays, a time I think we can all agree is pretty consumeristic, it's a great time to identify and sell some stuff around your home, both to make room for anything new that might be coming in and to help you pay for any gifts or activities you'll be participating in. So let's talk about where the best places are to sell all of your old items. I'll also give you some options for if you have a little bit more time or if you're willing to take a little bit less cash in exchange for convenience. Let's talk about what to do with electronics, specifically phones, and what to do with your old ones. Electronics age fast and lose value even faster. I've gotten a few new ones over the last 5 years. One due to shattering the screen, one because it became so slow after the iOS update that I was ready to pull my hair out, and one because the battery was lasting like a second. Like this video, by the way, if you feel personally victimized by an iPhone update. Once I upgraded, I did what I think everyone does. I put my old phones in a drawer in my desk, and just in case I needed a backup in case I broke a new one. Except that each time I needed a new phone, I didn't use the backup. I bought a newer model phone. So now I have this small phone graveyard in my desk, mostly because I didn't know where to sell them to recoup a little bit of money. By the way, if I had sold them shortly after upgrading, I'd probably be able to get a lot more money than I would have letting them sit for years. These fours are useless and worth nothing. Today's sponsor, Trademore, has a mission of extending the life of technology and reducing its impact on the environment. At Trademore.com, you can see how much your old phones, including iPhones and smartphones, smartwatches, and tablets are worth in just seconds. Just go to the website below, select what model and condition your device is in, and they will give you an immediate offer, which is good for 30 days. They even take phones with cracked or shattered screens. After that, they will send you a free pre-packaged prepaid box to send your device in. Once they get your device, they will do a complete inspection and testing of the item and then pay you via PayPal or a virtual MasterCard gift card. Easy as pie. By the way, if you think dealing with buyers is the worst part of selling stuff, this website is for you. It is simple, fast, and gives you money for something that otherwise would have depreciated down to zero in a box in your closet or desk. You can also purchase certified pre-owned phones, smartwatches, and tablets at Trademore to save money on your next device. All of their devices go through a 30-point functional and cosmetic inspection and come with a certification and 30-day return policy. So let's move on to where to sell your clothing. First, you're going to need to identify if your clothing is a recognizable name brand or more store generic mid-range products. If you have high-end designer clothing or accessories, it will likely be more worth it money-wise to list those items individually with photographs on a site like Poshmark, Mercari, The RealReal, or eBay. All of these platforms have some fees and you'll have to individually put in the items and the photos, but you'll get the most money for designer clothing there. For mid-range clothing, consider Facebook clothing groups. For instance, I've had some great luck as a plus size woman, both listing and selling my own clothing on brand specific groups like Torrid Buy Sell Trade, Torrid Plus Size Retail, and Love of Plus Size. So those are all groups that you have to request membership to, but everything is free. There are no fees. There is a slight risk of not getting something that you pay for, but the moderators are very strict and I've never had an issue either buying or selling. This is a really easy way to sell, as you just upload photos in groups and name your price. People pay for the item plus the shipping and you send it out. Maggie wants to help. So for generic clothing or things from the other tiers that won't sell, I like to use Plato's Closet or other physical consignment shops. I also use this method when I just can't be bothered to photograph or list clothing online. You just bring a bag full of your clothing in and they sort through it and offer you cash or store credit on anything that they want. Fair warning, they generally buy season appropriate clothing only, so selling sundresses in December is probably not gonna fly. You'll also get the least amount of money this way, but it's also the fastest way to clear out clothing by far. Make sure to donate anything that they won't take. There is no need to bring it home when you've already decided you don't need it. Finally, one thing not to do. Warning, do not send your clothing off to the site ThreadUp or any site like it. I have personally tried them and it was terrible. They will give you just pennies on your items if they take anything at all, and any reject clothing that you send in is sold by them to other clothing resellers at no benefit to you. Do not fall for it. There are way better ways to sell your stuff. Next up is books. If you have textbooks, these are special. The end of the semester is pretty much here. Don't resell them to the campus bookstore for $1. You can get way more for them on Amazon or eBay. Or you may have to time the selling of these to the beginning of each semester because people don't really shop for them otherwise. I once had a textbook sit for 6 months online for sale before it was sold, but I made $40 off of it and the campus bookstore offered me $8. And since I uploaded the listing, it just sat on my bookshelf until it sold, so it was worth the wait for me. For textbooks, you have to remember that the more hands it passes through, the more people have to get paid. So selling directly to the next student will earn you a lot more. For other books, I love and am completely unaffiliated with bookscouter.com. Either type in the ISBN number or download their mobile app and scan the barcode on your books. They then search dozens of online buyers for you and generate a list of how much each of the buyers will offer and where you'll get the most money for your book. This saves so much time and ensures that you get the most. You can then sell your books right through that website with a free printed shipping label. BookScouter handles the rest. Next, camera and video equipment and gear. So believe it or not, I think that the best place to sell used camera gear and other film equipment is at a local camera shop. They can inspect it and give you a price in person and can often offer you more as a store credit if you need any new gear. If you'd like to sell online, eBay is where you'll probably get the most money. Camera files, often check eBay for gear and you'll need to list tons of photos and specs. For a lower payout but less work, these websites have great reputations also. KEH.com, B&H.com, Adorama, and Next Digital Entertainment. For DVDs, Blu-rays, and CDs, you may actually have the best luck selling these hand to hand at a garage sale. With streaming's popularity, it's hard to get much for hard copies these days, and the people who do like hard copies often don't shop online. Selling old movies for $1 or $2 may be the most that you can get. If you must sell online, here's where. Declutter has a decent payout for DVDs and movies. Eagle Saver and Second Spin also purchase used DVDs online. And Bonaventi is similar to BookScouter in that they compare online sites for you. All of this information, including all of the companies that I'm mentioning, will be linked in a blog post linked below. For video games, eBay, GameFlip, Facebook Marketplace, and Craigslist are probably your best bets. And finally, for furniture, home decor, and literally everything else, I recommend Facebook Marketplace. It makes sense to sell large pieces locally to avoid shipping costs, but I've had the best luck selling even the weirdest and most generic stuff like wicker baskets, picture frames, one wobbly chair, plants, kitchen items, and even a car on Facebook Marketplace. Here are the pros and cons. Pros: there are no fees. You can list lots of dissimilar items in the same post and people can find it just by searching for what they want. And it's also easy to find local people and see their profilers, which I like a lot better than Craigslist because I can click on their face and see if they look like a psychopath. It's also pretty fast and convenient to use Facebook Marketplace. People just message you in the app you're probably already using fairly regularly, and you can set up a pickup or drop off time that way. Cons: some people are nuts, especially when it comes to shopping. I am a haggler myself, but I've had people offer me $1 for something that was listed for $100 and then demand that I bring it to them 30 miles away for the pleasure. Not even kidding. You're gonna be bogged down with tons of messages and everyone wants you to hold it or deliver it or take less. My top tips are to do no holds, so whoever shows up with the money first gets the item, and to also consider porch pickups so you don't have to actually be there. There is a risk of stealing if you leave something on your porch and trust that someone will come and leave you the money for it, but I've never had that issue. Just make sure to use common sense and to follow general safety rules. Also, avoid anyone who asks you to go to the ends of the earth to accommodate them. If they want it, they will come to you. That is my roundup of the best places to sell anything you need to get rid of and where to get the most money for it. I hope that I've inspired you to turn some of the stuff you no longer need or want into money. I would love to hear about the best deal that you've gotten and also the weirdest or most ridiculous offer you've gotten when trying to sell something in the comments below. That's always fun. Thank you to Trade More for sponsoring this video. I will have a link below to their easy peasy how much is my phone worth page. You should go check it out. I also have a whole playlist of videos on selling, decluttering, and making money that you should check out as well. Don't forget to subscribe and to come back every week for more money and life tips. Bye!